What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Bisons franchise. Now, if you guys ended up seeing last week's game against the Falcons, well, I'm sorry, because I know that was an extremely pathetic showing, especially in that second half. I mean, our rookie quarterback ended up throwing for a couple picks. Our rookie running back had a pretty good first half, but couldn't really carry it over into the second half, so a lot of things to really improve on. But we have the chance to do that here in Week 3 against the Las Vegas Raiders. And we do get to play this one at home, which is actually pretty nice. I mean, I know we didn't have great luck at home last season, but I think things are going to really change this season. Now, it is our first divisional battle, and it is against a team that is 2-0. But if we actually come to play today, we have a chance to put ourselves at the top of our division for the first time in our franchise history. And to do that, I think we're really going to have to stop their rushing attack, because they are led by Aiden O'Connell, who actually isn't having a bad season right now. He has 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and has 304 yards. But really, if you look at their rushing attack, Josh Jacobs is an absolute monster as always. He does have 206 yards so far, which means he is averaging over 100 per game, and he does have 5 touchdowns in a matter of 2 games, so we're really going to have to find a way to stop him. But one of the biggest surprises, honestly, is the fact that Davante Adams is all the way down here with only 1 catch for 22 yards and 1 touchdown. However, it does look like Jacoby Myers is doing great as their wide receiver 1. He has 13 for 181. Hasn't scored yet this season, so hopefully we can keep him out of the end zone ourselves. Hunter Renfrow does have a touchdown, though. He has 6 for 80. And, of course, Michael Mayer doesn't have a touchdown yet. And we know he scored on us, I think, in both games last season. So we're going to have to find a way to stop him and make sure he doesn't have his first score of the season in this game. And as always, their defense looks really good here. It looks like they get some good pressure. Already have 4 sacks this season, 3 interceptions, and of course, since we do have that rookie quarterback, we're going to have to make sure that if we end up airing it out, it's going to have to go short because we really don't want to risk throwing another interception. Now, I know that's a lot easier said than done because, well, user error, but honestly, I've been trying to get better every single week, and hopefully that actually translates this time. Now, in terms of our defense, like I said before, we're definitely going to have to defend the outside run. Josh Jacobs is an absolute monster, and the majority of their offense. And last season, I know that he really gashed us on a lot of outside runs, so really I want to defend that. And offensively, I know that I said that I wanted to throw it short if we ended up airing it out, but really kind of want to go back to basics this time and actually go with the outside run. We always did great with that last season. Hopefully we can establish the run this time and make it so that, the air opens up a little bit more for Frank Forbes. So we did get some bad news from practice this week as our starting free safety, Max Houston, one of our best rookies on this team, did go out with a dislocated shoulder, so he's going to be out this week. However, still think that we're going to be fine. Again, one of the biggest worries that we have with this team is going to be Josh Jacobs because, really, honestly, no offense to Aiden O'Connell, but really, I would definitely be leaning on Josh Jacobs myself. So, again, we are going to have to worry about the pass, don't get me wrong, but really, mostly here, we're going to end up focusing on the run. Now, of course, Davante Adams, despite the fact that I'm kind of covering him up with my face right now, is one of their 3 impact players, along with A.J. Cole and Colton Miller. However, again, we have a really great team, especially on the defensive side of the ball, so hopefully we can shut them down. But let's go. Week 3, first divisional battle against the Raiders starts now. Now, again, thankfully, we do get this matchup at home because Week 18 last season, we ended up playing in Las Vegas and got absolutely stomped. So thankfully now we have the chance to be able to get a little bit of revenge on them. And thankfully we are kicking off, so hopefully our defense can really make a statement. So if we want to make a statement, may as well go with the blitz here as we send 5. And unfortunately, we end up not getting to him, but we do end up picking it off. Let's go. And we get it down in the red zone down to the 9. Again, I was a little upset that we didn't get more of a rush there, but hey, he didn't throw a good ball there, and thankfully, one of our new cornerbacks that we got from the draft ends up getting the pick here. Let's go. Look at that. A fantastic move right there. Gets up. Yeah, Renfrow needed to come back for it a little bit more, but thankfully, we jumped the route. We end up getting the pick. So what do you say we rely on our rookie running back here to be able to get us points? As we get down to the 2, let's go. And again, who would have thought that on the first play we'd end up getting a pick, but thankfully, I think that is going to translate to points right here. No, I lied. We do get down to the 1, though. So let's go. I'm going to trust him to run this one in. Mayberry's been great all season so far, and he just walks in right there. And, of course, our line is going to be able to kind of push them out a little bit. And thankfully, despite the fact that we didn't end up getting the ball first in this game, we end up scoring first, and also pretty early in the game, too. Christian Mayberry, though, let's go. What a great pickup. And thankfully, that score does end up putting us up 7-0, let's go. Now, our defense definitely came to play, and thankfully our offense, despite the fact that they only had 9 yards to go, responded as well. Oh, think about that. If that was another pick, 2 passes, 2 picks, That would have been nice, but thankfully we swat the ball away. But again, the defense is doing what they need to do right here. We just need to continue to get some pressure, and hopefully we can continue to get him to make some really bad passes. Oh, that's a little rough, and man, he gets through, and that wasn't even Josh Jacobs, that was Montgomery. Yeah, we knew their rushing attack was going to be the problem. I just thought it was going to be Jacobs. Oh no, good hole right there for them. And he gets another first down right away. All right, man, they're really gashing us with the run. We kind of knew that was going to be the case, too. Ooh, and thankfully we do end up getting him down for a gain of 6. That's a lot of yards, but that's definitely the shortest rush already. And, man, this is definitely a stark contrast to that first drive. Oh, they hand it off again. Oh, my gosh. Wow, they didn't go down. Oh, my goodness. And it didn't switch to the guy that I thought it was going to be. But they end up getting a big gain there again, and that rushing attack is going to be really bad. This offensive line for the Raiders is actually doing really well. Oh, okay, what was that? Come on, guys. You got to get him down. I got to only hope that this is a hold. And you bet it is, thankfully. That just totally bails me out right there. That was really bad on our part. And thankfully, after that, it is 1st and 19. Let's see if we can hold them here. Play action. Yeah, they definitely set themselves up good for that one. Because now that I have to really respect the run, yeah, we're going to have to kind of worry about the pass as well. Come on, get through. Thankfully, we end up stopping them only for a gain of 1. And it's 3rd and 15. So we got to make this stop here and make sure that they only get a field goal. Uh-oh, screen pass. Dang, I recognized that a little too late. And thankfully, we end up stopping him. Just barely before he ends up getting to the first, and it's now 4th and 4. Yeah, sorry about that glitchiness on that one. That was a little unfortunate, but again, at least we ended up getting the stop in all honesty. That's the most important thing, because it's now only 7-3 and we are still up by 4. Yeah, we got to make sure that glitchiness doesn't happen on offense, or else we may be a little SOL, because this run to the outside, oh, breaks the tackle, Mayberry, let's go. Ends up getting up for 7 yards. Actually, in all honesty, it might actually help us a little bit, especially if we see where the safety is going to end up going, because we're going play action here. We're going to hit either Gabriel or Gary. We're going to have to figure out which one, though. Let's go. Oh, no, we're not. Never mind. We end up getting sacked for a 3rd and 8. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. They definitely had that pretty well covered. But we're still going to get Gabriel a touch here, because we're going to go with the screen over to him. Again, our number 1 receiver that came from the draft. He doesn't know where to go for the screen, and unfortunately, that ends up bringing him up to a 4th and 4 as he gets injured too. But he is getting up, so he might be back soon. Never mind, because he's going to the locker room. So unfortunately, we lose our star receiver there. Hopefully he'll be back this game, but I'm not going to count on it. So our defense, again, really needs to pick this up. And there we go, met him at the line. A dislocated wrist is so bad. But thankfully, we do have Keon White to kind of be our 3rd receiver. And while that doesn't necessarily sound great, at least he did pretty well last year for us as a receiver. So hopefully he can keep it up this season too. As they go for a play action, he is wide open, unfortunately. And he ends up getting a first down on that one. Like I said before, man, this Raiders line is actually doing a really good job. So we need to figure something out here as they get an outside run. That is what we wanted to defend, but they did get 6 on it. And come on, that pressure is not there, unfortunately. We need to figure this out. Oh, wow, he gets double teamed there, and that's rough. Oh, my goodness. Our guy, unfortunately, is not good enough to get to him. And Evan Montgomery gets free for a touchdown. I said we were going to have to really worry about Josh Jacobs, but it doesn't look like he's going to be playing today. But Montgomery is definitely going to be a big issue for the rest of the game. So let's just end this quarter with a run. Let's see if we can get up for some good yardage here. It's not a bad way to end up ending the first quarter, as Mayberry gets a pretty good gain there. And after the first, unfortunately, that sack has us in negative passing yards. And our rushing attack really hasn't gotten it picked up. That touchdown, we were down inside the 10, so that was a pretty quick score, but we need to pick it up here. And let's start by running to the outside here again. Good blocks. Mayberry cuts it back a little bit and ends up getting a gain of 6. But I think we're going to need to really put it in the air here. So let's see if we can actually hit Keon White on this one, because I think he might be open. Although, let's end up getting it out too. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to hang on, so we need to figure this out right here, right now. Maybe we can actually hit White across the middle, or if the safety pulls that way, maybe we can hit Jefferson on his deep route here. But let's see what ends up happening. Yeah, we got Keon White wide open. He ends up catching it. And now we have it 1st and 10 on the 34. And those are the kind of throws that we need out of Frank because, honestly, after last game, definitely wasn't looking good. But let's get it back on the ground here because, honestly, that's been pretty good for us. And he ends up tackling us. That is definitely a shoestring tackle for sure. Now, I wasn't sure what to go with here. I didn't know if I wanted to give it to Mayberry or let Forbes take it, but how about we do both as we go with the screen? But he can't get it out. Frank, what are we doing, buddy? And that is rough as that puts us back to 3rd and 21. I think we're actually out of field goal range, so let's see what we can do to kind of get back here. Yep, we got our tight end wide open. Can he get up for a first? He can't, and we have it 4th and 1. Decisions. You know, coach wants to go for it, so I think we're going to have to. It is a 42-yard field goal, so I think we could hit it, but let's try to get this first here. As we end up getting up there, and let's go. We got the first down. But we're going to have to get a lot more than that if we really want to win this game because, man, we really need to score, and I think we have the chance. Come on, Mayberry! Ends up getting in. Look at that power right there. Not necessarily a power back. I think he is more elusive, but man, definitely gets in the end zone there. Ends up picking up his 2nd touchdown of the game and ends up meeting him head on and gets in the end zone. Yeah, coach is hyped after that, and so am I. As we push this to a 14-10 game, we just need to make sure that we don't give up another kick return touchdown. So back to work with the defense. We definitely need to continue to kind of defend the outside run because they ended up getting a score on that one on the last drive. So let's... Ooh. Oh, man. Ends up getting it and... he ends up dropping it, it looks like. Let's go. But we have a personal foul. Really? It seemed like they ended up calling that before the ball even came out. But that's okay. I'm not going to argue that. But now we get up to the 43 here, unfortunately. Come on, we need to make a big stop now, especially since... Oh, my gosh. Nice trap run there. And it's 2nd and inches. How Montgomery has already run for over 100 yards is beyond me. That's extremely rough. But again, speaks to the Raiders line here. As we get through, but oh my goodness, makes him throw it away. That was a quick release on that one. And really, you have to give it up to O'Connell because he's actually been playing pretty well too. Ah, man, can we stop him? No, he ends up getting ahead for the first. Yeah, with Montgomery averaging 12 yards per carry, that's pretty rough. We need to really... I don't think we need to necessarily change our game plan up. We just need to play a little bit better as he gains 4. And I would like to get the ball back one more time before the end of half because, again, we do get the ball back. So it would be nice to be able to pick up some extra points, and let's go. 3rd and 8, we stopped him in the backfield. So it looks like they're going to be leaving this up to O'Connell, unless they end up going for a run anyways. And nope. Oh my gosh, I thought we were going to get through. How? That is insane. That's a great play by O'Connell, I will say. That's insane. I thought we were going to end up getting him, but he steps to the side and ends up launching one downfield, and I thought that he was going to have a chance to get that, and that is not the case. We're really missing Max Houston out there. Well, maybe we're not going to get the ball back, but we need to hold them to a field goal. I want to go into the locker room with a lead, and thankfully we end up stopping them. But again, they have 2 more downs to be able to score here, and they have 10 yards to go. Actually, about 9.5, so... Uh-oh. Can we do it? At least we end up stopping them. But now they have 2 more opportunities, and things are looking a little bleak here. But really, I think we have the defense to do it. As Hunter Renfrow ends up being completely wide open in the middle of the field. So it feels like deja vu again, but we do have a minute 32 to be able to push the ball 74 yards, and hopefully we can get a good one here. I know that's risky, but hey, you know what? We had to try downfield. Ooh, and depending on how this goes, I think Gary might be open on a corner route here. But no, he is not, but we have him wide open too. Let's go, our tight end. Let's go, and runs out of bounds. Great catch by Jefferson. If we would have thrown that a little more accurately, I think he might have actually been able to get some more yards after the catch, but that's our fault. But let's try to... Uh-oh. Nope, he ends up going down for a sack. And let's go. 2nd and 17. We just need to get some points here. That's all we have to do. Doesn't sound difficult, now does it? Well, let's get Frankie Forbes up the middle and only 1 yard. So I'm giving the screen pass one more shot here because I think we can get some good yards with it. And I think we can. Let's go get some good blocks. And we get it up to the 41-yard line, and we're going to be able to kick a field goal to end the half. And unfortunately, I don't think our kicker is going to be able to kick a 41-yard field goal. So let's get one more play here, and let's see if we can make something work. Let's go. Oh, unfortunately, we end up turning it over, but I don't think that they're going to be able to get a score here. So unfortunately, we couldn't end the half with points, and that's totally on me. I thought we were going to have a better chance at it, but unfortunately, we do not. But we do get the ball back, and honestly, as long as we can score with this first possession, I feel like we're in a good spot. But now in the second half, honestly, we've been doing pretty well with the medium throw. I mean, I know we haven't been doing it much, but the times we've been doing it, it's actually been working out pretty well. And honestly, man, he's been absolutely killing us on the inside run. So let's switch from the outside to the inside. But let's start the half off with the run. We are always, well, I shouldn't say always, but a lot of the times successful on the runs as we end up getting up there for a second and inches. Going out of a two-back set here, let's see if we can actually hit one of our running backs out of the backfield. But let's see who's going to be open. Let's go to Mayberry. He ends up catching it. No, he ends up getting it knocked out. And it's now 3rd and inches. I don't know why we're not doing what we did last season, and that's relying on the fullback in and inches situation. So let's go for that right here. And our fullback, thankfully, gets ahead as long as he holds on to the ball. And Nixon ends up getting a 3-yard gain. We're going to go back to the ground for this one because our line, again, is just phenomenal. As you see right there, Aiden, you got to get around and block him. But we still get up for another first down, and Mayberry's at 91 yards for the game now. Mayberry has his shot at actually being Offensive Rookie of the Year if he keeps up this production because he's been absolutely phenomenal. Nice, as he gets up for only 3 yards. Maybe I shouldn't talk about that when he's rushing. We might actually have a man zone here. We might actually switch this up. Yeah, the middle is pretty wide open here, so let's go for a run up the middle because we can, and we end up getting the first down. Mayberry, nice rush. Oh, I'm sorry, Montez Sweat. Good 10-yard rush right there, buddy. So we're going to go back to the air on this one. Let's see if we can get a pretty good... Oh, no! Oh, thankfully he caught it. Oh, my goodness, that's not the button I wanted to press, but thankfully Gary ends up catching it for a gain of 3. My bad. Hopefully I didn't yell in your guys' ear, but let's go. 2nd and 7 here. Let's go for another rush. Finds that hole up the middle. Let's go. Just squeezes through and gets over 100 yards for the game. So I think we've run enough here where we can end up going for a play action. Maybe they're actually going to bite on the run, so let's see. Nice play. No, he's wide open. Let's go. Good catch. And there we go. Gary getting another catch there, thankfully. That's our second receiver that we ended up picking up in the draft. And with our other receiver out, I'm thankful that he's actually there to make some good plays like that. Great catch. Ended up turning upfield too. Nice. So let's not try to be risky here. Let's keep it on the ground because we know that we're going to do great with that. As Mayberry, thankfully, gets in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. We do need to get some more to Forbes, don't get me wrong, but man, when you have a running back like Mayberry and a line like ours, how can you turn that down? And this back and forth game continues to be a back and forth game as we now go up 21-17. So you gotta love nice long drives that end up ending in points. That always makes me happy. But they end up getting a run there. And thankfully we end up stopping him for a gain of 8. But Montgomery, again, picking up some more yards. Somehow our kicker ended up getting a pectoral strain on the kickoff. But thankfully that's not enough to keep him out of the game. Oh my goodness. Come on, can we pick it? Nice. Batted it away. Definitely wasn't going to be pickable, to be honest with you. But we just needed to get that ball down on the turf. Stroud backing up Max Houston. Thankfully making the play there. But yeah, thankfully our kicker is able to come back in the game because it's only a minor injury. So let's go defense. Ooh, RPO! And thankfully we end up breaking away from that tackle. Oh my goodness. Quentin Williams going down with another injury too. We are just losing a lot of guys today. Thankfully he does only go to the sideline there. But here we go. We need to do some good stuff here. 1st and 10. Let's get the stop as they go for another run. And thankfully, we cut him down for only a 2-yard gain. Well, thankfully, it's not just us, but I would like for all of these injuries to stop. I want to play max strength for everyone. Because, again, I feel like we do have the better team here. Oh, come on, get through. No! Oh, my goodness. Thankfully, it was an inaccurate throw because he was kind of thrown across his body like that. It was just a really weird throwing motion, but thankfully we end up having that drop to the turf too. Now, needless to say, we're not bringing him back into the game with the high risk of re-injury. So let's go with who we have on the field here, and let's try to get a stop. And thankfully, we break it up. Let's go. Davante Adams cannot catch the ball. And it is now 4th and 8, and I think we're going to be getting the ball back. You know, I did say that it was weird that Davante Adams was at the bottom of their receiver list. But after plays like that, I can definitely see why. Let's go. Good gain there. Hits the hole. Little juke move. But right into the other defender. Got the other guy to kind of bite, but not that one for sure. Looks like we're going back to play action. Why? Not 100% sure, but let's see if we can get the ball downfield a little bit more. There we go. He's going to be wide open. Thankfully, we had the patience to let that develop. And Gary with another good gain there. Let's switch it up and put it right back on the ground. Let's go. And look at that monster hole right there. Let's get... Oh, unfortunately, number 25 ended up getting in on him and had just way too much speed. But Mayberry's still getting a first down there. Let's do it. Let's go for a run up the middle this time. There we go. Ends up getting down for a gain of 7. And Lindstrom now going down with an injury as well. What is happening? But despite all that, we're still moving the ball downfield. And let's see if we can get a good score here. We got our tight end. Let's go. That was a beautiful pass. And Jefferson's just been getting free all day. Absolutely love it. Tremaine Jefferson, our tight end that we drafted in the I don't even know what rounds. But ends up getting free again and ends up scoring. Let's go. I think he's going to be good for years to come. By the way, it looks like Lindstrom is out with broken ribs, and that's going to be a pretty long injury as our kicker ends up doinking it off of the post. And we are now only up by 10, which means a touchdown and a field goal are going to do it. Not an ideal situation. That's our first miss of the season. But you know what? One of those was bound to happen this year. But thankfully, it didn't come in a really big crunch time as Montgomery gets up there for a big gain. Let's go defense. Last play of the third quarter. Oh, yep, I saw him wide open a mile away, and he runs out of bounds for only a gain of 4 as we come to the end of the third quarter. And we are now up 27-17, so we got a pretty nice lead here. Look at those numbers. They're looking a lot better than they were at halftime, obviously. We had a pretty big third quarter there, and let's hope they can carry over into the fourth. And let's see if we can start that right away as our defense. Ooh, unfortunately left the middle wide open, and he just lights them up after that one, but they do end up getting the first down. And like we said when we were going over the stats, man, Jacoby Myers has been an absolute godsend for them this year. He has been their main receiver. Uh-oh, is that going to be a hold? I think it might be. Davante Adams gets the reception, but I think that's going to be called back as it is because that is another hold. As now going to be 1st and 17 on the other side of midfield. So thankfully we push it back into their territory, and let's see if we can let that be a constant here as he throws across his body again. Man, he is not making smart throws, and he throws it out of bounds. And we said he wasn't doing bad this season, but I definitely didn't say he was doing good. Come on, let's get through, and unfortunately not, but he overthrows Jacoby Myers yet again. It is 3rd and 17. Yeah, we definitely have him rattled just a little bit, and thankfully, again, we are playing at home, and that momentum is definitely on our side. Oh, and they end up going for the screen. Oh my gosh, he lit our guy up. Holy cow. And is now 4th and 6 as Jalen Carter goes out. What is that, 5 injuries this game? That is absolutely insane, but it looks like we're potentially going to be getting the ball back. Nope, it looks like they're going to be going for a deep field goal? Oh my goodness. Holy cow, and he hits it. No shot. Carlson with a deep shot from about midfield. Was that a 61, 62-yarder? That is crazy. But now we need to make sure that they don't get the ball back, or if they do, it's after we end up putting some points on the board. I really, really hope that oh no. I really hope that that missed extra point isn't going to be the defining factor in this game. Good block right there, but we do get it up to the first down, so we can chew clock a little bit longer. Looks like they are all in on stopping the run. As you see, no one is deep back there. Everyone's within the first down marker, so let's see if maybe we can get some good blocks. And that's going to be enough. Let's go! Mayberry breaks free! I think that's going to be a touchdown. And that is definitely going to be, as Mayberry dives in for his 4th touchdown of the game. Man, they didn't have anyone deep back there, and Mayberry definitely made them pay for it. That was the weirdest interaction there with the ball, but thankfully, that doesn't matter because we end up scoring. And look at him get out there on that one. He just has way too much speed for all of them. I'm glad that that one guy that caught up to him earlier in the game wasn't out there this time. Oh, there he was. But there we go. We end up getting the score with Mayberry again. Now, thankfully, that kickoff pinned them back onto the 13. So let's see if our defense... Thankfully, our defense ended up stopping them on that one. Just across the middle. Yeah, that's going to be wide open, unfortunately. As we cut Devontae Adams down pretty hard on that one, but still ends up getting the catch. So let's get in on this one. 1st and 10. We just need to make a nice little stand here, or at least waste a bunch of time. Oh my goodness, just take him down, please. Don't let him get too many. And that is the opposite of what we wanted. Ooh, as they audible into a no-back set. So let's see what we can do here. Come on, we are rushing 4 here, so let's try to get some good pressure. And if not... Oh my goodness, he has just all the time in the world! How did he complete that? You've got to be kidding me. Down to 3.5 minutes, down to the effing 16-yard line. Come on, get some pressure, guys. What are we doing? We're letting Aiden O'Connell just throw all over us. He is looking like an absolute superstar right now. But come on, we need to get a stop right here. We really do. And that does not look like one as Jacoby Myers gets in for a touchdown. Not ideal. So let's see if we can just hold this 7-point lead after they kick the extra point. So at this point, we just need to chew clock. We have 3 minutes to go. We just need to get a first down here. Oh no. Got caught up on his blockers. If he would have turned up a little bit, I think we would have been better. Now, we have quite an amount of yards to go here, but we need a little bit of Mayberry magic here. As he ends up getting it, cuts it back up, and only ends up getting 2. And as we bring it down to the 2-minute warning, we are clinging to a 7-point lead here. If we get a first down, I think we can end up kind of icing this game, but man, that's going to be a little difficult. So I'm putting the trust in Montez Sweat and this line to be able to get a first down on a screen pass, and they read it right away. And he ends up tackling him, and now we're going to have to punt, and it is not going to be a far one. Now, the only real solace I have is the fact that they need to score a touchdown to be able to win. Oh, and they're not going to do it that way when you drop passes. Putting a lot of faith in our defense here. Again, as long as they don't score a touchdown, we end up getting the win. But it's difficult when we allow them to get some passes like that, and they get a gain of 9. Let's be a little risky here and end up sending 5. Let's see what we can do to end up getting the stop. Yep, we're not going to make a stop like that, and they get a first down. All right, 1st and 10. They're not going to be stopping the clock. And he is wide open in the middle of the field, but they're going to have to continue to do that, it looks like. Are you going to continue to go short? I don't know, but we're under a minute now. They need to do something. And they do something. Oh, come on, bro. You need to take him down. That was on me, though. And we're actually in range of blowing this game. That's really sad to think. Again, it looks like that extra point that missed ended up being a big factor here so far. Oh, come on, get him down. Now, come on, we need to do something here, man. I can't believe we're going to allow them to actually get back in this game. Oh, boy, we sent 8, and unfortunately, they end up scoring. But thankfully, we do get the ball back, and we have a little bit of time to try to get in the field goal range. Now, we have a ton of yards to go and not a lot of time, but we do have all 3 timeouts, and that is extremely beneficial. So let's see what we can do here. Come on, tight end again, wide open, runs out of bounds. Good reception right there. We just got to keep marching the ball downfield and just get into field goal range. That's all we need right here. As we send it deep. Oh, and they end up breaking it up. Yeah, he ended up getting back there in time and ended up defending the pass. Good on him because that was a really good stop by them. Oh no, we end up getting hit as we throw and is now 3rd and 10. All right, 3rd and 10. We just need to get a first down right here. And let's see what we can do. Let's go. Our tight end yet again gets up there and we need to call a timeout. Let's go. We're on the 37. We're getting close. Let's go. Now we need to get the ball a little bit closer because I do not trust our kicker. So let's see what we can do here. We're going to hit him on the out. Oh, he ends up dropping it. No. And that was going to put us in field goal range. So now I'm going to rely on the screen. Let's see what we can do. Let's go. Mayberry, let's go. We're going to get it up to the field goal range. It is 3rd and inches, but I'm going to run the clock down to about 3 seconds, and we're going to call the timeout. And now we have a lot of pressure on our rookie kicker right here as we kick for the win. 3rd and inches, 3 seconds left. Let's go. Come on, Murray. Let's go. Down the middle. And there we go. That's how we win the game. Jonathan Murray kicking the field goal, despite the fact that he was the one that put us in this position by missing that extra point. He is the savior here as he kicks it through the uprights, and now we are 2-1 on the season, winning our first divisional game against the Las Vegas Raiders, who are now going to be 2-1 as well, which means we're going to be sitting at the top of the division with them. Now again, we made Aiden O'Connell look really, really good here. I mean, 247 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That interception coming on the first play of the game, which allowed us to actually score as well. But man, after that one, he definitely picked it up quite a bit. But Frank Forbes, man, his best game as a rookie here with 13 for 20 with 200 yards and the 1 touchdown as well, and a 114.6 passer rating. That is not bad. In terms of rushing, obviously Mayberry just absolutely killed it. 222 yards, 4 touchdowns on only 21 carries, averaging over 10 per carry. Amazing. Sweat 2 for 17, and then Nixon ended up getting that fullback run and ended up getting the 3 yards in the first down, and then Forbes ended up scrambling for that 1 yard as well. Now in terms of receiving, Tremaine Jefferson, man, our tight end, breaking the 100-yard barrier there, ended up 5 with 108 and the 1 touchdown. Ernest Gary ended up filling in pretty well for Nathan Gabriel when he went down with the injury. Mayberry ended up catching those 2 screens for 19 yards, which was great because that set us up for the game-winning field goal. Sweat ended up losing 4 on that 1 screen, and then Keon White with 27 yards. Really happy he ended up picking that one up. And then, of course, Gabriel ended up going out only after getting the 4-yard reception. Now, in terms of our defense, man, kind of an up-and-down game. I mean, we didn't get a ton of pressure. DeMarcus Lawrence was the only one with the TFL. 0 sacks, but again, we still ended up getting that 1 interception. That set us up for the first score of the game, and that was our rookie Donovan Sims, too. Absolutely incredible. Got a pretty good return on that as well and put us within the 10. And then Jonathan Murray missed that extra point, but made up for it with that 45-yard field goal to end up winning us the game. Now that was truly the kind of game that we needed, especially against a divisional opponent. However, like we saw, we have 1 new injury. And that unfortunately is going to be Lindstrom, who's going to be out for 5 weeks with broken ribs, and that is a little rough. But we should be getting Max Houston back next week, and then we only have a couple weeks before Lane Johnson comes back, and it's going to be great over there at the left tackle. And once we get him back, I mean, our offensive line is going to be even better than it already is. And after a 222-yard performance by Mayberry, man, I can only imagine what it would have been with Lane. But either way, really great game on that one. Thankfully, we ended up beating the Raiders, and now despite the fact that we're in 3rd down there at a 2-1 record, we're going to be right at the top with the Raiders. And just like after week 1, it looks like the Chiefs are at the bottom of the division at 1-2. The Chargers ended up winning. We ended up winning, obviously. The Raiders went to 2-1, and so there's a bit of a logjam there at the top of the AFC West. But we stay home next week, and we're going to be taking on the 2-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, obviously, we have to worry about TJ Watt, an incredible linebacker, so we're going to have a lot to worry about. But honestly, the way that we just played against the Raiders, if we end up bringing that team to Pittsburgh, dude, we're going to be doing a really good job. Now, we just need to get our defense to kind of tighten up a little bit, and we need to get Jonathan Murray to not miss extra points. But I feel really good about this, especially against the Steelers. 82 overall, and yes, they are 2-1, but again, the way that we just played at home and against the Raiders, we're in a really good spot. So I'm really excited to see what we can do next week against the Steelers, and let's see if we can push it to 3-1. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. If you're new, subscribe. We'll see you guys next week against the Steelers.